Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be going over on fitting this Craftsman WS2400 Pole Saw that starts but doesn't run very well. So let's get right into it. But before we actually start diagnosing this machine, let me tell you a little background story on how I got this pole saw in the first place. This is a Craftsman pole saw that I bought at my local pawn shop for $50. Now, I bought the pole saw knowing that it wasn't working, and it was priced for $50. I'm pretty sure these pawn brokers already knew this pole saw didn't work and priced it that way, which I feel pretty bad as I'm pretty sure they might have lost some money into this pole saw. I did try to negotiate with the price, but the pawn brokers were kinda firm on the price. We made a deal that they won't charge me tax on it and flat out the price at just only $50, and here we are looking at it. Let's start by starting the pole saw to see what she does. Well, that was a bit weird. It didn't do this at the pawn shop, so I'm going to try this again so you can see and hear what the pole saw does. Now that you heard what the pole saw does, I'm going to start it one more time since I want it to run a little more longer this time. Now, I don't want to make a lot of noise as the place I'm currently at, I'm surrounded with houses and a nearby church. So I don't want to disturb them even more, even though I already did. So let's take it back to my place and fix this issue. And as always, my next door neighbor has the music all the way up as I'm recording this. Hopefully the background noise won't affect the video audio when testing the pole saw later on. Also in the near future, I may show you on how to repair this steel backpack blower. Now, where were we? Ah yes, the pole saw. I almost forgot about her. Let's begin by doing the most simple things first before we mess with the carburetor. So the first thing I'm going to do is dump all the gas into my measuring cup to see if there's any water in the gas. While at it, I'm also going to analyze and smell the gas. Well, I didn't see any water in the gas, but I didn't like the smell of the gas, as it smelled a bit strong. Nevertheless, I do not trust this type of gas simply because I do not know how fresh the fuel is on this pole saw. So what I plan to do is mix my own fresh batch of fuel and pour it into the gas tank and start it up to see if we have a different result. Just like earlier, it didn't start again. So I'm going to start it again and hopefully we have a different result. When squeezing the trigger, there is a bit of delay and bogging down response, but not as bad like before. So what I'm going to do is adjust the carburetor screw. And the screw I'm going to mess with is the L screw. I'm only going to turn it a slight turn counterclockwise and it should do the trick. Just a bit of a side note here. I did the carburetor adjustments off camera and changed the fuel lines because the following day I saw a small amount of gas leak in the carburetor. And my first impression was the carburetor was leaking, but luckily it wasn't and it was just the fuel lines. So I changed the old fuel lines with some new ones that I have in stock. So enough is said, and let's start the pole saw and hear the final results, shall we? Well, from what I can tell and hear, the pole saw seems to run much more smoother now than before. So, it seems like dumping the old gas and pour fresh fuel to the gas tank and some slight carburetor adjustment did the trick, and now she's ready for work. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have thought that doing these simple things prevented the pole saw from running smoothly? However, not all will apply like this as shown in the video, as other units might have carburetor issues or something else, but on this one, I guess you could call me lucky, as the issue was very easy to resolve. Until next time.